here we are with rising electronic star Puzzle. How are you today, sir?
I'm good, thank you very much. Hi guys.
So we last time we saw you open up for Bright Light at the Borderline. What was it like playing that important show?
It was amazing, to be honest. It's the first time I've opened for anyone else, and the crowd was very welcoming. I had a brilliant time. It was really interesting to see how people responded to the songs, and to me, someone they've never seen before. So yeah, it was very exciting.
Fantastic. So we consider you sort of a new guy on the scene. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't know how long you've been making music, but why don't you tell us a little bit about where you're coming from? I know you're from Brazil, I think.
That's right, yeah.
But yeah, tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to start recording music.
Sure. I was born in Brazil, and I started singing very early. I was probably about 5 or 6 with my parents in a gospel choir. So I grew up singing in church. Then during my teenage years I was part of a gospel ministry as well. Toured all over Brazil, toured Europe, and then that's when I came to London. And then in London I did a variety of projects. I did session singing for many artists, did residencies around London as well in venues, and then decided to write my own material and make my own music. And that's when Puzzle started.
Okay. You've had a bit of a low profile, very mysterious sort of branding thus far. Is that all part of the master plan, or is that what Puzzle is? Or
well, I think the whole point behind that was to unveil things slowly and to focus on the music to start with. I just wanted people to, be impacted by the music first. And I think a sense of mystery is good, in a day and age where everything is so accessible and so instant. I think it's good to peel layers and kind of discover things slowly. It's not necessarily because I want to hide my face or anything like that. It's just to add that element of discovery. I think that's where I'm coming from with that.
Life locked in chains to spare harm. I face a trial by fire for you. There's flames in paradise. Face a trial by fire for you. A trial by fire for you.
Fantastic. We love Trial by Fire.
Thank you.
Put it on a few playlists of our own, actually.
Amazing, thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about that song and how it came about.
Trial by Fire was, it was a funny thing. I was reading a magazine coming back from Dubai, and I can't remember which magazine it was, what the article was about, but I read a line, Trial by Fire, that really stood out to me for some reason. Wrote it down, had a session with one of my collaborators next day, and before the session started, said, my dad's given me this book with idioms, and this one's really interesting, Trial by Fire and Water. And to me it was like, okay, this is a sign, we have to write something about it. And the track really is about people that have to fight to love someone and to be with someone. Any sort of love that is ostracized by society, whether by because people are from different religions, because they have different ethnic backgrounds, because of their sexuality. It's about anyone that had to fight to be with someone, and how, if you really love someone, how you fight to overcome those obstacles. And that's what, conception, that's where the song's coming from.
Fantastic. I love the story behind that. It's very cool. Love the new single, Come Down, too.
Thank you.
When is that coming out?
Come Down is actually coming out on the 1st, so July the 1st, which is Friday.
Okay.
So very soon.
Very soon. And tell us a little bit about that track.
Come Down is about fractured love. It's about how in life a lot of us have very intense relationships, and when you are inside that, it's all consuming and you feel like you're on the high the whole time because you want to see the person, they become your world, and then suddenly that comes to an end for whatever reason. So the easiest way for me to create an analogy was via a drug come down, where something that you crave on a chemical level is taken away from you, and then you're left in that void. You're left in that place where you don't know how to get back to the high because it's not available anymore. So that's what the song talks about. Is that kind of a difficult phase that you go through when you break up with someone you really loved. Kind of the opposite of Trial by Fire.
You come back to my bed. Oh, come down. You let me on the countdown. Oh, come down. You let me on the countdown. Of the memory.
Very serious, some very serious songs. And then one of the tracks that stood out to me when we saw you live was Little Black Book, which seems a little bit more fun and playful.
Yes, it's true.
Tell me about that track.
Little Black Book is it's basically about being a booty call, to be perfectly honest. So it's playful and I think it can be fun, but also there is a tragedy to it. In the song, it's about, that's kind of what the setup is, but you want more, but you know you're not going to be able to get it, so you kind of like you hang on to whatever is there, and you really wish it was different, but deep down you know that's this core and you can't really change that.
Yeah.
So as you can see, there is always a bit of tragedy in what I write in terms of the storylines. But yeah, it's more playful, and it's about being that sort of situation.
Okay. So you're slowly releasing material. Are you working towards an EP release or an album release, or what is sort of the next 6 months look like for Cosby?
We're gonna have a few more singles out, and I think that is definitely building up to an album hopefully next year. So that's the plan.
Fantastic. Everyone's talking about Brexit right now.
Yeah.
If we can't get a little political, but what are your thoughts on the UK leaving the EU?
I think people have genuine concerns about, the position, the way British society is at the moment, and I understand where they're coming from. But I just believe in unity. I believe in diversity. I believe in, we live in a globalized world. So I think, when you have people from different backgrounds, different walks of life, people working together, I think we definitely, I think you have a richer life. I don't really believe in being isolated. I believe in, kind of being part of the world. And I respect how people voted. I love this country and I love London. And I think, regardless of, it is what it is, and I think we all have to work together to build a better future. But yeah, I love Europe. I'm a European citizen. I've always have loved, and that's how I see it.
Fantastic. And finally, what sort of records and musicians inspire your music?
My sound is very much based in the 80s synth pop, the British vein of it. So bands like Depeche Mode, Pet Shop Boys, Bronski Beat, even people like Kate Bush, all of that really resonates with me, and I try to give it, a now spin to it, mixed up with soulful vocals, because I grew up, like I said, in church, and singers like Nina Simone and Donny Hathaway really mean a lot to me. So that's where I'm coming from. There is a sense of longing in the songs. There is definitely a darkness to it, and there is a little bit of a chill at the bottom. But I always like to have pretty melodies on top of it and stuff that's more soulful. So I think those are the few elements that kind of make it great.
I can sense a bit of Depeche Mode in your music.
Yeah?
What's
Okay.
What's your favorite Depeche Mode record?
Enjoy the Silence for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that for me that's it's just a classic. I love the song.
Okay, we're gonna dig a little deeper. What's your second favorite Depeche Mode record?
I'd say Personal Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just a whole fan of the Violator album in general. Then.
yeah, I love it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Puzzle, for chatting with us today. And where can people find you?
So you can find me online on social networks via @unlockpuzzle, and the website is unlockpuzzle.com.
Fantastic.
And yeah, please be part of my journey. Thank you very much for having me.
Cool.